What's up everybody, my name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today's January 4th, Sunday, which typically I never make videos on Sunday. But in today's video, I have to share with you that DOG is up 23% over the past 24 hours. And yes, it has been a very exciting weekend. But with that said, as I always mention, let's put our emotions aside, because data will tell us that we actually saw this coming from a mile away. And also data will tell us in this video of what we could expect to come. And I'll share with you personal tips of how I've experienced in my journey these early stages of these pumps, because it's happened on Solana for me. It's also happened for Bonk. And what I'm seeing exactly happen right now is happening to DOG and also the meme coin market sector. I'm going to go ahead and explain everything that's going on so that you can be best prepared, hopefully emotionally as well, to be ready for what's to come. So let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X. Please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. Guys and girls, let's get right into it. So as you can see right now, DOG Bitcoin is at around 150 million market cap, up 22%. As you can see, there has been some consolidation around this range, around 130 million market cap, and then there was a nice little pump just as we're speaking. Before we get into that, let's look into why meme coins are actually pumping, because not everything is pumping. Because if you've noticed, a lot of the top cryptocurrencies, especially the top 10, haven't really seen much trading volume. In fact, a lot of the activity is still down. Yet we're seeing that for maybe the very first time that the 4-year cycle has been broken. As you can see, the past 4 years, altcoins have been in red. And for the first time that we've seen in over those 4 years, in the 5th year in 2026, we're starting to see a green candle. And this is total 3 minus USDT against Bitcoin's price. So basically, we may be seeing altcoins outperforming against Bitcoin's price. But let's slowly look into the meme coin sector. So when we scroll down, let's look at some of the blue chip memes. So you can see that Dogecoin is only up 4%. And the reason I think that it's not that high up in gains is because it already has a $25 billion market cap. So you got to look into the lower tier ones. You got Pudgy Penguins up 14, SPX 6900 up 13%, Dog Whiff had 20%. We have Brett up 24%. But most importantly, Dog Bitcoin is up 22%. Actually up 54% over the past 7 days. So now not only is in the top 200, it's at ranking 185. Now I'm going to give you some heads up. This is not even the beginning of a bull run for DOG, because usually when we see prominent meme coins pumping, that kind of gives you some insight that it could actually be meme coin season. Lark Davis, another YouTuber, says meme coins are pumping again. Memes have had over $10 billion in market cap, actually a lot more ever since the time of this recording. Now, some tokens are up double digits, such as Pepe, Bonk, Pengu, and now DOG. And this could just be the beginning. Memes are going to explode if we get even a slight risk-on move in Q1 of 2026. But as he mentions, remember to plan your strategies to take profit. Meaning if you're ever going to take profit on DOG, which I highly suggest people doing because that's what meme coins are for, it's to start movements, but also be train you to become a better investor. Because you can take some profit from like 10%, 5%, and have a moon bag on the side in case that specific token like DOG continues to go up, and you can just take little small portions out at a single time. This is why I always say the 1% always buys the dips while people are living in fear. And I've been talking about this for over a year now. Now let's look at the meme coin market sector. It's at $52 billion. Remember, just a week ago, actually within the week, we were at $44 billion, now at $52 billion. Look at the DOG theme meme coins. Right now, they're at a $33 billion total market cap. And as I mentioned before, DOG theme meme coins have the most market share and the most mind share. They've outperformed by history every single theme meme coin out there, every single one, even Murad for that matter. Now let's look at the market cap overall with meme coins. Now, as you can see, there's this nice little slight pump, but we are way far from $100 billion market cap, which was in December of 2025, right before the Trump meme coin came alive. So we have a lot more liquidity to capture, meaning if you think that this is the end for DOG or meme coins going up in price, it's not. It's actually just the very, very, very beginning of it. So let's talk about what's been going on in terms of data, because data tells you everything. Remove your emotions, focus on data. Yesterday, we saw a new all-time high of holders on Solana buying and trading and selling DOG, roughly 10,320. It keeps going up. and the volume that's happening is over 202% at the time of screenshot of this post. And then whenever you go over to Crypto Capital Ventures AI tool, which is started by Dan over at Crypto Capital Ventures on YouTube, you'll notice that on his AI unit, it says that the bulls are fully in control. Now, I noticed that when this happened, it happened in multiple different areas. One where we're at right now, one over here in April 2025, one over here in October 2024, and over here in June of 2024. So every single time I've seen these markers, these were all the indicators that we are now in bull market territory. It doesn't just stop there, because I also use the super trend indicator. Now, this indicator just signaled a buy. Now, why is that important? Well, already based on this image, you could tell based on these arrows, it's only happened 4 times in its history, and we are in the 4th time. Every single time that we have this buy signal, we end up going up in price, meaning look at this. The first time was 980 million market cap. Second time was a 999 million market cap, which was an all-time high. Then the local top of around 560 million. Remember, this was during the bear market when nothing was doing well. And then we had the October 10th liquidation event, which was the largest liquidation event in history. A lot of longs got liquidated. And then we have our 4th buy signal. This is absolutely outstanding. Now let's go into the charting analysis. So what are we seeing here? Remember, this is the 200-day. This is the 50-day. The 50-day already is below the candles of dog price. It looks like this 200-day wants to curve down at some point, but it has curved a little bit to the upside, meaning this could drag on. Maybe they could cross right around here. The 50-day and 200-day, that would maybe form a golden cross. We'll see. But what's really interesting is this. If you can notice really closely, this blue line right here, that is really the MACD lines heading into the buyer's market. This is something that we've been looking forward to for some time now, because every single time that we cross into the buyer's market, you can see that's very reflective in the price. And we're very close to doing that. We'll see how it goes in the next coming days or weeks. Now, another thing I want to share with you is the red and green zone reversal. This is a free indicator on TradingView. Now, what have I noticed? We actually have a red line, and that red line means overbought. Now, that doesn't mean that things are going to go down. Look at the other times that you saw these red lines appear. So we had the very first one right over here when we were overbought. And then we took a nice dip down, but that was when dog just came out. Then we saw more red lines in the very beginning and was followed by more pumps followed after. Same thing over here. Even though it was overbought, the dog price still went up in price. So this is the very first red overbought zone that's being flashed right now. Now, another thing I want to mention is this. This is called the Ripster EMA clouds. Now, what have you noticed? The dog price, which are these green candles, are now above this kind of like beige or yellowish line. And that means that this is flipping bullish. Now, the last time we saw something like this was right over here, and you could see it reflective in the dog price. You also saw it right over here. The dog price flips above this like beige orange line, and the dog price goes up. So these are 2 different instances that could reflect on what's going on right now. And what's really strange is that we're still kind of in extreme fear and fear territory, which is actually really good. The reason that's really good is because people aren't sure they're going to buy into dog yet. And that's the reason I want to point this out, is that 99% of people are still not aware of meme coins and still not aware of buying into meme coins. Right now, if you're watching this video, you're technically the 1% of the community. So this is what I want to remind everybody. Okay, so meme coins right now aren't pumping because of retail. Believe it or not, it's actually market makers that could be in cahoots with whales and also these other people that are deep-pocketed traders that are considered the 1%. And almost every single time, the 99%, which is retail, usually arrives late, and they end up chasing pumps after they've already pumped, and they end up becoming, by accident, exit liquidity. So this is why I say be early, be the 1%, study dog Bitcoin. And I really want to mention to you really quickly, this is not retail right here. This is all of those market makers. The market makers that were sending the crypto market down, they're actually buying back meme coins right now at a discount. Why? Because I know that retail typically chases pumps. So what they're doing is they're accumulating as much as they can. And obviously there is a mix of retail, but it's mainly these market makers and these big deep-pocketed whales. They're buying a ton of these meme coins. And you know why they're doing that? Is because they can make a lot of money with these meme coins. Because once these specific tokens reach into the $100 billion market cap altogether, then you're going to start seeing them sell their orders against retail. So this is why no one really believes that meme coins are not beginning their bull run right now. They think that this is actually just a relief rally and short term, that this is just a fake pump when it really is not. It really is actually the very beginning of a parabola event for all these meme coins. But know this, Dog, by the way, is the #1 meme coin by market cap on Bitcoin. And Dog was absolutely built to capitalize on these meme coins just because this is the fundamentals of Dog. You have to remember that Dog is the fresh new narrative of Bitcoin meme coins. We've never seen a Bitcoin meme coin season. This is going to be the year for Bitcoin meme coins. And this is why I always focus on data regarding if it's on the red days or the green days. I don't really get caught up in the emotion of, oh, we're going up and we're heading to the moon. I've been trying to tell people this over and over, but most of the 99% don't really pay attention, and they still aren't paying attention right now. And if you've noticed, the comments on YouTube, on X are now positive. These are the same people that will be very negative and point fingers, and you have to ignore that noise. In order for you to be the better investor, you need to focus on the data, and data says to me that everything is signaling the very beginning of a meme coin bull run. But again, I'm very glad that only 1% of you are paying attention to this video, and the 99% are just kind of sitting on the sidelines guessing, thinking, what should we do? So let me know your thoughts down below on this theory, and I cannot wait to make a video tomorrow. Smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X to receive all of our alpha calls and updates regarding Dog Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.